Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
The WNBA community is buzzing after Angel Reese's recent bold declaration that she plans to surpass Caitlin Clark, one of the league's brightest stars. Reese, known for her competitive spirit and strong presence on and off the court, hasn't shied away from voicing her ambitions. Her comments have sparked debates among fans, with some questioning her focus due to past sideline drama and public discussions about player salaries. It's clear her confidence is turning heads, and time will tell how this rivalry plays out on the court.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
It's hard to see how Angel Reese believes she's ready to surpass Caitlin Clark, a player consistently breaking records and setting the bar higher every season. While Reese has undeniable talent, her focus on drama off the court has overshadowed her game at times. If she truly wants to lead in the WNBA, she might need to focus on refining her approach and strengthening her reputation. A coaching change alone won't make her the star. Dedication and the right mindset will.
Look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her?
Angel Reese seems to think that working with David Alexander, LeBron James's trainer, will instantly catapult her to the top of women's basketball. While training with a world-class coach is a smart move, it takes more than movement drills to challenge someone like Caitlin Clark. Clark is out there honing her shooting, playmaking, and the skills that truly dominate on the court. Meanwhile, Reese appears focused on other areas that, while important, don't directly close the gap between her and a generational talent like Clark. Reese had an incredible run at LSU and made her mark, but comparing herself to Clark, who's already redefining the game, might be premature. Clark isn't just a standout player, she's setting the standard for the sport. If Reese wants to make that leap, she'll need more than confidence. She'll need to prove it where it matters most, on the court and in the pros. There's potential, but there's also a long road ahead.
And Camille, this is the most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So, it's been hard for me. But adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of, just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Let's take a moment to revisit the 2023 NCAA championship. It's hard to forget Angel Reese's controversial taunt, mimicking Caitlin Clark's "you can't see me" gesture. While it certainly grabbed attention, it did so for all the wrong reasons. Instead of letting her game speak for itself, Reese seemed more focused on theatrics. Meanwhile, Clark was out there doing what she does best, dominating the court and solidifying her place in history as the standout player of the game. Reese's gesture may have sparked conversation, but it felt like a fleeting attempt to steal the spotlight. In contrast, Clark's performance and record-breaking achievements left a lasting impact. It's clear that while one was chasing attention, the other was busy making history.
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
And let's talk about their WNBA debuts. Caitlin Clark hit the ground running, averaging 19.2 points per game and leading all rookies with 8.4 assists per game, numbers that made it clear she was ready to dominate from day one. In comparison, Angel Reese posted a respectable 13.6 points per game, but fell short of matching Clark's impact. Clark's seamless transition to the pros showed poise and preparation, while Reese is still working on finding consistency in her game. When it came to the Rookie of the Year award, Clark took it home decisively, cementing her status as the league's standout newcomer. Reese, while earning a spot as a finalist, still has room to grow as she hopes to catch up to Clark's level of play. For now, the gap between the two remains clear, with Clark leading the charge and Reese working to close the distance.
But they still ask you about Rookie of the Year. Yeah. What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. The pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can just hoop. So I don't know when it started to just break out where I was just in Rookie of the Year conversations. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
Let's not forget the off-court buzz surrounding Angel Reese. She recently landed a signature shoe deal with Reebok, a notable achievement, but one that raises eyebrows given she has yet to consistently prove herself at the highest level. It's a nice milestone, but it feels premature compared to Caitlin Clark, who continues to let her game do the talking and redefine what it means to be a star in the WNBA, while Reese seems focused on building her brand and sharing her lifestyle on social media. Clark is busy changing the game with every performance. If Reese wants to close the gap, she might need to shift her focus back to the court rather than the spotlight. Success in the WNBA comes from what you do on the hardwood, not the number of likes on your posts. Let's talk about finances, something Angel Reese has been vocal about. She's mentioned her WNBA salary of $73,439 and how challenging it can be to manage. While it's fair to address pay disparities in women's sports, focusing on budgeting rather than complaints might be more productive. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to prioritize her game and lets her performance do the talking. Now, looking ahead to Reese's next venture, the 3x3 League debuting in January 2025. It's a big deal. This league will feature 34 of the top players worldwide, creating a fiercely competitive environment. Reese's reported $250,000 earnings for the 8-week season are a significant boost compared to her WNBA salary, but the competition she's about to face is on another level. Elite athletes from across the globe will be vying for dominance, and Reese will need to bring her absolute best. Critics have questioned whether she's ready for this stage, and they may have a point. The league will highlight players who can consistently perform at the highest level, and there's no hiding when you're up against the best. While Reese's talent and potential are undeniable, she'll need to elevate her game to prove she belongs in this elite company. Otherwise, this opportunity could shine a light not just on her strengths, but on how far she still has to go to compete with the likes of Caitlin Clark and other top-tier athletes. This lead is set to be exciting, but for Reese, it's not just about the exposure. It's about showing she can compete at the highest level and meet the challenge head-on.
I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism with.
Here's the reality. Angel Reese can talk all she wants about surpassing Caitlin Clark, but words alone won't cut it in professional basketball. To challenge the best, you need talent, hard work, and consistency. And right now, Reese's bold claims don't match her performance. While Clark has already proven she's the real deal, Reese is still in the work-in-progress phase. Yes, Reese is training with one of the best in the business, but Clark is out there grinding day in and day out, making history with every performance. You can't fast-track greatness. It takes years of dedication, effort, and undeniable talent. Training with top coaches is helpful, but it doesn't guarantee the ability to take down a legend like Clark. The upcoming 3x3 League is a fantastic opportunity for Reese to gain exposure, but it could also highlight the gap between her and the top-tier competition. It's easy to make big statements when the stakes are low, but stepping onto a court filled with elite talent will be the ultimate test. If Reese doesn't elevate her game and back up her words with action, she risks becoming a footnote in Clark's story rather than a true rival. To dethrone someone at Clark's level, you need more than ambition. You need to consistently prove you belong at the top.